Hey guys, Jeb here with Conestoga Manure Spreaders. Hey, I'm getting this question here and there, and I always like to address common questions. The question is, how do I keep the manure from staying or from coming back in the back there and hitting you while you're driving an operating spreader? Obviously, on these compact spreaders, you're pretty close to the action, so you may have some stuff coming forward from back here, which really is not that far. If you look at it, you're probably only 10 or 14 foot from the action, depending on the setup. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I would do. I'm actually going to spread this on the fields. We've been doing a little spreading today, and I'm going to show you exactly where I'd start. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put this into speed 3, which is your fastest speed. It's going to lay it down heavier, but then basically when you don't have this massive pile right here coming to the back, that stuff in the bottom of the spreader can just kind of be pushed out the back, and then I'm actually going to slow the RPMs of the tractor down so the beater's not spinning as fast. That way it just kind of drops out the back, almost like you're just cleaning out, sort of like what you have right there at the start. So, should be pretty simple. Follow along, we'll get this spread, and we'll see what happens. First things first, you got to sit in your tractor, make sure you're comfortable and you can reach your pedals and everything. You probably already know this if you already have a spreader. We're going to get it started. So make sure this one's already warmed up. I'm going to press the brake and start it. Alright, and I'm going to pick on this tractor, medium range right there. And then I'm going to bump my RPMs up. Right here, that's 540 PTO. That means that PTO is ideal for gauge. Almost all tractors have this little mark somewhere on it. You can see the red right there. So once it's there, I'm going to lift my bucket up. And on this one, I'm just going to pull back, curl it, make sure I don't catch anything. It just needs to be in the air so I don't hit. And then right here's my PTO and gauge. So I'm going to start moving first, and then push this PTO to a gauge. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So what I'm gonna do, some of those is gonna start coming forward. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go right about here. Now you usually want to have enough tractor RPMs when you're operating that you have the power to push the manure out the back. It takes a lot of power to run these spreaders, but so long as you've got a light load in the back, you can actually drop those tractor RPMs pretty low, still move along pretty good, and engage the spreader. Now because the RPMs are much lower, you can see that beater isn't spinning as fast. It's actually just kind of fluffing that material out in the back. And it's not whipping it forward and hitting me in the head. So very convenient, much easier to do it that way than it is, you can see a couple of those chunks coming forward, than it is when you're like at full RPMs like this. See the speed difference there. So I'm pretty much empty. I'm actually going to turn up the hill here. Don't turn too sharp with that PTO shaft. And I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing, run itself out. Let's get close up there. See how it's just pulling it to the back and dropping it out? That's what you want to do when you're cleaning out. No need to go aggressive, and you can actually slow the tractor down to an idle speed because it's not taking any effort to cycle that. That's very easy. Then empty out, and you can disengage your PTO. I'm going to lock the brake. Make sure that you're safe when you do this stuff. Pop the steering wheel up. And you can see here, everything's cleaned out for the most part. That last bar's got to push some out, maybe that second one there. And it's pushed all that manure out without having to coat me and pelt me in the back of the head up there on the tractor. So, just a simple way of keeping yourself from getting hit with manure when you don't want to be.